Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to cover 8th January CA. Okay, and at the end, of course, the top 5 MCQs. I hope the audio and video is all good. If there's any issue, you can let me know. So in the first category of ESI Business and Finance News, let's see what do we have. First news is MakeMyTrip. MakeMyTrip MMT has launched a new feature. What is this? It will allow travelers to book international flights through part payment option. So MakeMyTrip has launched this part payment option. Part payment option, you can pay, in parts. Initially, some portion of the entire payment obligation, and then once you have booked the ticket, after that you can pay the rest of the amount. So this is the part payment option. This is going to boost the tourism sector and vacation bookings, right? So part payment option, remember, has been launched by MakeMyTrip. And accordingly, as I told you, the customers will be allowed to confirm their booking by paying only 10 to 40% of their total fare upfront. Okay, and the remaining balance, it can be paid before the travel date or within 45 days of the booking with no additional cost. This is important, with no additional cost. So before the travel date, you can pay the rest amount, or within 45 days. Within 45 days of the booking, you can pay this without any additional amount. This is the thing, nothing else is important here. Next news is Swiggy has introduced a new app, Snack. Swiggy has introduced a new app, Snack. Snack is what? This is quick delivery of bites, beverages, biscuits, these snack meals, basically snacks delivery, particularly within 10 to 15 minutes. All right. So you see all these e-commerce platforms, Blinkit, Swiggy, Zapto, they are in competition, quickly launching new products and new services. And Snack right now has been introduced only in select parts of Bangalore. It is not everywhere, just a second. Snack is only there in some parts of Bangalore, not in the entire country it has been launched. So remember this. Already, if you see the other competitors like Blinkit, Zapto, they have launched Bistro. Blinkit has launched Bistro for the fast food deliveries. Zapto is set to launch Zapto Cafe, 10-minute delivery, right? So all these things are there. Remember, Swiggy ne snack launch kiya. Next news is Nirma Group promoted Nuo Vistas Corporation. Nuo Vistas Corp is planning to acquire Vadraj Cement through the insolvency route. So Nuo Vadraj deal is there, where this Nirma Group promoted, so promoter is Nirma here of Nuo Vistas, is planning to acquire Vadraj Cement through insolvency route. Okay, and it has emerged as a successful applicant for the Vadraj Cement in a corporate insolvency resolution process without disclosing the deal value. So this is not something good. It is a part of corporate insolvency process, insolvency resolution process. What is insolvency resolution? Anyone? So insolvency, is inability to maintain your long-term liquidity obligations, right? If I am solvent, that means I have good amount of liquid money or cash to meet my day-to-day operations, right? And similarly, in long term, when you don't have good amount of liquidity to meet your day-to-day operations, it is known as insolvency. Now, to resolve insolvency, some companies and entities might be under insolvency or they might be bankrupt. So, prolonged insolvency or insolvency, if it is officially declared, can be called as bankruptcy, right? To resolve such process and to acquire such companies to, make them come out of insolvency is insolvency resolution process. A lot of steps, lot of methods can be there how you can resolve insolvency cases. One of this is acquiring such companies, right? So this is the one. Remember. The next news we have is Finance Ministry has inducted 2 new members. So these names are important. These 2 names are important. Who are they? These are 2 new members in the Governing Council of National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Trustee Limited. National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Trustee Limited में new members have been appointed, inducted by Finance Ministry in the Governing Council of this. So first of all, what is this NIIFTL? You need to understand what is this NIIFTL, right? This is National Investment and Infrastructure Fund Trustee Limited. It is a quasi-sovereign wealth fund. Quasi-sovereign wealth fund. Quasi-sovereign wealth fund means that it is not, entirely sovereign. It is a wealth fund not entirely owned by a private entity, and the government also has some stake, right? So sovereign, government has a stake into it, but not the complete stake. So this is not completely owned by the government, right? Quasi-sovereign wealth fund it is. The size of the fund is 40,000 crores. It was basically set up to enhance infrastructure financing. So they invest in your greenfield and brownfield and stalled projects. What are these greenfield and brownfield projects? Greenfield projects are primarily those projects which are starting from scratch. Okay, they are starting from scratch, right from scratch. Brownfield are the projects, say you are developing on some existing infrastructure, you are expanding the existing company's branches. So brownfield is existing को expand करना या उस पे काम करना. Greenfield project or greenfield investment would be starting something from afresh. This is the thing, right? So remember, this is a quasi-sovereign wealth fund where government also has some stake and they invest in such greenfield, brownfield projects, stall projects जो रुके हुए हैं उनमें भी invest करते हैं to boost the investment process. Now in this, 2 new members have been appointed in the governing council. Remember these names. Names are important. First is SBI Chairman C.S. Shetty, okay, and then Kotak Mahindra Bank Director Uday Kotak. So C.S. Shetty, SBI Chairman, and Uday Kotak from Kotak Mahindra Bank. These are the new members in the Governing Council of NIIFTL. If you see, 49% is the stake of Indian government into this. Okay, Indian government's stake is 49% in this. And its registered office is in New Delhi. Then moving on to regulatory bodies news. Very important, 90 years of RBI. So to mark the 90th year of its service to the nation, Reserve Bank of India hosted RBI at the rate 90, RBI at the rate 90 All India Public Sector Badminton Tournament at Bangalore. Okay, from 2nd to 5th January 2025. You know it very well that with the RBI Act 1934, RBI was established and it started functioning basically from 1935, right? So 2025, 90 years completion of RBI. Very, very important news for you. Remember, to celebrate this 90 years of completion of RBI, RBI has hosted a badminton tournament, okay? RBI at the rate 90 All India Public Sector Badminton Tournament, where your public sector entities from all India, they have participated. Location was, remember, Bangalore. So 7 formats mein it happened. Remember this thing. In 7 formats, this tournament happened. Men's team championship was won by Reserve Bank of India only. So men's team championship was won by RBI. Men's singles championship was won by Kiran George from RBI. Remember these 2 winners, okay? Men's team championship was won by RBI and men's singles winner was also from RBI, Kiran George. Then next is Exim Bank has raised $1 billion, almost 8,570 crores through an overseas bond issuance, okay? So recently, this much only is relevant. Exim Bank, the export-import bank, it has raised how much? $1 billion. $1 billion of amount by issuing some overseas bond. Overseas bond ke through it has raised. Okay. And then if you see Indian Exim Bank, it has been rated as Baa3, stable rating by Moody's, and BBB minus positive by S&P. Okay. And BBB minus is stable by Fitch. So basically, broader rating, if you see, all these credit rating agencies, they have awarded it a stable rating. Okay. Stable rating. Be it Fitch, be it Moody's, be it S&P. Next is RBI has released draft format of financial statements of cooperative banks. This can be important. A draft format has been there for cooperative banks. Okay, all those cooperative banks which you have, उनका financial statement किस format में होना चाहिए, उसके लिए RBI has released this draft. And accordingly, you just remember these sections. According to section 29, read along with section 56 of Banking Regulation Act 1949, the cooperative banks, they are required to prepare a balance sheet and profit and loss account as on the last working day of the year in form set out in the third schedule of Banking Regulation Act. So accordingly, they have to publish their balance sheet and the profit and loss account, right? P&L account, profit and loss statement on the end of the last working day or on the last working day of the year in forms set out in the third schedule. In which format? According to the third schedule of Banking Regulation Act 1949. This is something which you can remember because these draft guidelines are out. Nothing else is relevant and important here. This much only is there. So remember, Schedule 3. Third schedule of Banking Regulation Act 1949. They have to publish the balance sheet and profit and loss account. Who? The cooperative banks. Remember this thing. Next, SEBI eases settlement rules, okay, for the dormant accounts. SEBI has eased norms for the settlement of client funds in the trading accounts that have remained inactive for 30 days. You know, if you are a trader, you have account, you have trading account. If you remain active, that's okay. But if you are inactive for a quite long period of time, then SEBI has set out certain guidelines. Earlier, it was different. Now, SEBI has eased it out. Okay. For such account holders who have remained inactive for 30 days. So, what is the change from the earlier guideline? According to these guidelines, they will be, first of all, immediately effective. The stockbrokers, they are no longer required to identify such inactive accounts daily and settle them within 3 working days. Instead, funds in such accounts will be settled during the monthly running account settlement cycle notified by stock exchanges in their annual calendar. So earlier what was the guideline is that, you know, the guideline was you need to identify, you need to identify the inactive accounts on daily basis and you were required to settle them within 3 working days. Okay. Earlier, you were identifying them on daily basis and you were required to settle them on within 3 working days. But now this is not so much stringent. SEBI now says that you need not do this as of now. Such accounts, fund placed in such accounts, such inactive accounts, those who are inactive for 30 days, they will be settled on a monthly running account settlement cycle. So now it will be on a monthly basis. No need to identify it on daily basis and no need to settle it within 3 days. Monthly account जो settlement cycle होता है monthly basis पे it would be there. Remember, this is the change set out by SEBI. Second is banking news. Second category, banking news. Banking news में we have SBI projecting India's GDP growth to be 6.3% in financial year 2025. This can be important. Remember this figure. SBI has projected India's GDP growth to be 6.3% with a downward bias due to a lot of challenges. Okay. So remember 6.3% it is the projection by SBI. 6.3. Nothing else is here. Then you have Punjab and Sindh Bank Punjab and Sindh Bank, they are planning to launch instant loan scheme. Instant loan scheme. Up to how much amount? Up to rupees 25 lakhs for the MSME sector. Instant loan scheme up to 25 lakhs for the MSME sector. MSME sector ke liye, you want to push the credit extension activities, right? You want to provide loan to the MSME sector. This is one of the priority sectors of the government of India. So you want to provide them with credit facility so that they can expand their working and businesses. This is the thing, remember. And almost within 15 minutes, quick disbursal of loan. So instant loan facility is there. How much is the amount? Up to rupees 25 lakh. The next news in banking segment, the NPCI has partnered with Metropolitan Transport Corporation MTC to introduce RuPay on the go, which is RuPay on the go. Remember, this can be important. RuPay on the go is what? It is a result of the collaboration between NPCI and the MTC, Metropolitan Transport Corporation. It is a contactless payment solution for transit. Okay, so basically this is not in India entirely. Recently it is limited to Chennai. This integration will allow commuters in Chennai to seamlessly travel between Chennai Metro to buses and to parking facilities with a single card. See, what you have to do is, if you're traveling by metro, you need a separate metro card, right? Then you go by bus, you need a separate bus ticket. So with this thing, they are integrating all these facilities in a single card. This is the news. Okay, this is RuPay on the go. You need not have different things to transit via different modes of transportation. This is the thing. And particularly, it is there in Chennai. Since NPCI is in news, NPCI always remains in news. That's why some static portion related to NPCI should be clear. Like NPCI is headquartered at Mumbai. You should remember this. Who is the present MD and CEO of NPCI? Dilip Asbe. Chairperson is Ajay Kumar Chaudhary. Okay, so remember at least the headquarters. Mumbai, it is headquartered. Then next, talking about the national and state news. Jammu Srinagar Vande Bharat Express is set to begin operations soon. Jammu Srinagar Vande Bharat Express. Okay, it is very important. Vande Bharat train is quite important in reducing time between two cities, the travel time. So it will be reducing the travel time between the two cities to just 3 hours and 10 minutes. Jammu and Srinagar. The time taken to travel between these two cities, Jammu se Srinagar, it will be only 3 hours and 10 minutes. That would be quite a significant development. So remember, it is set to begin, the Jammu Srinagar Vande Bharat Express. The important challenges which are there is, there is extreme weather condition there. Then the toughest challenge in the project was to give foundation support to world's highest arc bridge on Chenab River. So this is an important fact, remember. It will go over a bridge which is world's highest arc bridge. On which river? On Chenab River, 359 meters above the Chenab River. Remember this fact. World's highest arc bridge is on Chenab River. Chenab River, okay? Remember this thing. So these are certain challenges, but this was a fact which was important. That's why I've discussed it. You need not remember the other challenges. Then moving on to Niti AOG news. Very important one, the Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti AOG, WEP. We have discussed WEP earlier also. Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti AOG. This WEP has launched Empower Her Biz, Sapno Ki Udan. This initiative has been launched by Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti AOG. What is the name? The name is Empower Her. So, Empower Her Biz, Sapno Ki Udan. One important fact here is it was launched in partnership with New Shop. Remember, this is very important question here. The Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti AOG has launched it in partnership with someone. With whom it has partnered? New Shop, which is 24/7, convenience retail chain. New Shop के साथ partnership की है. What is the aim? Of course, to empower women entrepreneurs by equipping them with the skills and resources needed to succeed in the organized retail sector. So basically under this, they will be providing women entrepreneurs, those who want to volunteer, training, mentorship for retail businesses, okay, business development, literacy, financial literacy, all these things will be provided to women, mentorship, guideline, etc. And this program is being launched particularly for women from Delhi NCR. Remember these areas, Delhi NCR, Punjab, Rajasthan, UP, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. These are the states and UTs they are covering. Delhi NCR, Punjab, Rajasthan, UP, Haryana, MP and Gujarat. So this women entrepreneurship platform, it was established, it was incorporated in Niti AOG in 2018. Remember this year. It can be important, okay? Women entrepreneurship platform, it was incubated in Niti AOG in which year? 2018. Iska motto yahi tha to empower women and provide them assistance in any manner possible. Like market access, market linkage, access to finance, training, mentoring, okay, legal assistance, business development services, etc. These are the different pillars on which it works. So remember the names of these 6 pillars. Access to finance, market linkage, training and skill, mentorship, compliance, business development services. The next news which we have is Microsoft will be investing $3 billion in India in cloud and artificial intelligence infrastructure and skilling over the next 2 years. So in AI and cloud-based facilities and infrastructure, Microsoft is set to invest $3 billion in India to train people, to provide skills to the people, to youth regarding AI and cloud-based technologies. Remember this. Under this, they will be training, they will be helping India train 10 million people. Quite a good amount, isn't it? So it will help India in upskilling. 10 million people they will be training. Remember that. And this can also be important. Microsoft already has 3 data center regions in India. And 4th one is also ready to go. Now you will be telling me where are these 3 data centers in India? Okay. Or what are these 3 data centers? 4th one is also set to go. So next one is one memorial is to be set up for Pranab Mukherjee at Rashtriya Smriti, okay, within the Rashtriya Smriti complex, which is a part of the Rajghat complex. The government is planning to erect the Samadhi of late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, 13th President of India. Remember, and he was also awarded with the Bharat Ratna in 2019. Remember this, he was awarded with Bharat Ratna in 2019. Now next news we have is recent discovery in Himachal Pradesh providing the first photographic evidence of elusive Pala's cat or the Autocolobus mantle in the region. Pala's cat. You can see this image, everyone. If you look at this image, this is quite rarely spotted in the snowy regions of the Himachal Pradesh and the higher altitudes. Okay, so Pala's cat, this is a species which is not having a huge pressure on its existence. That's why you see the IUCN status of it is least concern. Okay, so this is Pala's cat. Recently it has been spotted in Himachal Pradesh. That's why in news. As I told you, conservation status, if you look at, it is least concern as per the IUCN red list. IUCN publishes this red list in which it gives out you data regarding the threat on the survival of particular species, plant species, animal species, right? So this is of least concern. That means no threat to, as of now, not vulnerable to extinction. Clear? So Pala's cat. Then next is Nar Tarangini. This can be important, remember. Nar Tarangini, indigenously developed pulse diagnostic tool. So in Ayurveda, Nadi holds significance, right? Where you check out these pulse like this. Okay. So you can look at this image. in near your wrist area. They check your pulses, what they call as nadi, pulse beats, right? Nadi. And then they can detect the disease or whatever disorder you have. So this is quite ancient practice in India. Allopathy जो development हुआ है, the allopathic sciences and medical sciences, they use different instruments, but Nadi used to be there, right? So India has developed its Nadi Tarangini, which is indigenously developed pulse diagnostic tool. Okay, and this is India's first Ayurvedic medical device to receive approval from Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. Remember this thing. This is India's first Ayurvedic medical device to receive such approval from whom? From the CDSCO, Central Drugs Standard Control Organization. Okay, so this is the image. You can see I have explained you what is Nadi, and it will be helping detect the Nadi and then detect the disorder. And this device is a result, a brainchild of Padma Bhushan awardee Professor J.B. Joshi. You can remember this name as well. Moving ahead, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto has formally accepted Government of India's invitation to be the chief guest at India's 2025 Republic Day Parade. This is a very probable question. Remember, who is the chief guest for 2025 Republic Day celebrations? So remember, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto, okay? Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto is the chief guest for the 2025 Republic Day celebration. And also, Indonesia's first president, Sukarno, was India's first Republic Day guest in 1950. This can be very important fact, okay? This year, in 2025, Indonesian president is the chief guest. The first Republic Day celebration of India, 1950, usme bhi, who was the chief guest? The first president of Indonesia only, who was Sukarno. Since Indonesia is in news, so bilateral trade ties between India and Indonesia are also important. At present, if you look at the trade, in terms of trade, we have 26.69 billion US dollars of trade with each other, right? So both the countries have a trade relation of almost how much? 26.69 billion US dollars. Then we have Ministry of Home Affairs has introduced two special category visas, E-Student Visa and E-Student X. Remember these two names. Special category visas, they have been introduced by Ministry of Home Affairs. E-Student Visa and E-Student X. This is particularly for the international students who are intending to pursue higher education in the country. Any international student wants to pursue higher education in India, to ease out the process, these two visas have been launched. Okay. And how can they use this visa? For this, they have to access a portal, Study in India portal. They will be accessing this portal, Study in India portal, launched by the government. Talking about the state news, the banded royal butterfly has been recently discovered in Tripura, and this is a key achievement in the state's biodiversity documentation. See, banded royal butterfly, if you try and search out the images, this is quite a beautiful butterfly having some patches of blue, vibrant blue color, right? Banded color, तो एक band होता है इस पे blue color का. So quite beautiful butterfly it is, and it has been spotted in Tripura. That's why this name is important. Remember, Rachna Jalindra Indra. Okay, and this was first spotted in Tripura only, in the Sepa Hejula Wildlife Sanctuary, protected under Indian Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So first of all, it was spotted in Tripura only, in the Sepa Hejula Wildlife Sanctuary, and it is provided protection and conservation under the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. Remember. And since Tripura is in news, so capital of Tripura, you all must be knowing, Agartala. And then Chief Minister is Manik Shah and Governor is N. Indrasen Reddy. Then Telangana government has issued, orders to celebrate birth anniversary of Savitri Bai Phule on 3rd January as Women's Teachers Day. Savitri Bai Phule has transformed the, education, how the values related to education were there. So Savitri Bai Phule ki birth anniversary Telangana government has decided to celebrate as Women's Teachers Day. Okay, Women's Teachers Day. This can be important. Remember, Telangana has decided, and on which day it would be celebrated? It would be celebrated on 3rd of January. 3rd of January. Talking about international news, very important news. You write it down separately, a definitive area of question, right? So recently, Indonesia has officially joined BRICS. See, Indonesia is again and again in news. क्योंकि Indonesian President is the chief guest in India, उसकी वजह से भी न्यूज में है. अभी अभी इंडोनेशिया ने ब्रिक्स ज्वाइन किया है, इसलिए भी न्यूज में है. सो इंडोनेशिया इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? नाउ इंडोनेशिया हैज रिसेंटली जॉइंड ब्रिक्स एज इट्स 11th full time member. Which number of member? Remember, 11th full time member. Okay. Now this is important कि रिसेंटली, सबसे रिसेंटली किसने ज्वाइन किया? इंडोनेशिया ने, 11th मेंबर. बट द प्रीवियस वंस, सो यू हैव 2-3 क्वेश्चंस हियर. वेरी प्रोबेबल एरिया ऑफ क्वेश्चन. फर्स्ट, हु वर द इनिशियल मेंबर्स ऑफ ब्रिक्स? फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. ओके, इनिशियल यानी फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स कौन कौन थे? सो फाउंडिंग मेंबर्स में यू हैड ब्राजील, रशिया, इंडिया, चाइना, साउथ अफ्रीका. ब्राजील, Russia, India, China, South Africa a bit later, but then founding member. Okay, South Africa थोड़ा सा बाद में, but then founding members में ही आएगा, right? So Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the initial members. Now who have joined recently? So this is very definitive question. 2024 में किन members ने BRICS को join किया? Egypt, Ethiopia, UAE and Iran. 4 members. So it is easy to remember. See, 4 countries in 2024, right? So 4 में 4 countries ने join किया, right? Remember their names: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran and UAE. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran and UAE. These were the 4 countries who have joined the BRICS organization in 2024. And 2025 में the first one to join is Indonesia, right? And what does BRICS do? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. BRICS is a grouping of the emerging market economies. They want to develop, they want to cooperate on a lot of issues. So this is a grouping of the emerging market economies, right? Now you will be telling me, where is it headquartered? Tell me quickly, headquarters of BRICS. Anyone? Headquarters of BRICS, very important question. BRICS headquarters. Tell me. Anyone? China. China में where? Where in China? China में, very good. Shanghai, very good. So remember the headquarters of BRICS, okay? And I hope it is clear. Since Indonesia is also in news, so remember again, capital is Jakarta. Indonesia की capital is Jakarta. Official language of Indonesia is Indonesian. And tell me, what is the currency in Indonesia? This can also be important, right? Tell me the currency as well of Indonesia. Anyone? Currency of Indonesia. So before moving ahead, I would like to recall this news. Tell me who all were the countries joined BRICS in 2024. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE. 2025 में किसने ज्वाइन किया? मोस्ट रिसेंट ज्वाइनिंग इंडोनेशिया. ओरिजिनल मेंबर्स कौन से थे? ब्राजील, रशिया, इंडिया, चाइना, साउथ अफ्रीका, राइट? रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. ब्रिक्स इज हेडक्वार्टर्ड एट शंघाई, चाइना. इंडोनेशिया की कैपिटल जकार्ता. and official language is Indonesian. I think जकार्ता का नाम अब बदल दिया है इंडोनेशियन गवर्नमेंट ने. If I am correct, we will confirm, right? जकार्ता का नाम नहीं बदला है, कैपिटल शिफ्ट कर दिया, बिकॉज जकार्ता जो है इट वॉज ड्राउनिंग. दिस वॉज इन न्यूज. जकार्ता वॉज ड्राउनिंग. सो विल कंफर्म ऑन दिस. ओके, जकार्ता आइलैंड जो था वो उसका बहुत almost majority of the part it got sunk. So can anyone tell me the new proposed capital? If it is not implemented, it might be proposed, but it is there definitely, right? What is the name? So this can also be important. We'll confirm this later. Okay, so the currency is rupiah. Next news. The Israel Ministry of Tourism has launched digital e-visa system for Indian travelers. Okay, Israel Ministry of Tourism has launched digital e-visa system. Okay, it is not yet implemented, but of course it is in news, right? So you should remember that name as well. If it is not implemented, it might be proposed, as I told you. अभी अभी मैंने यही बोला था कि अगर implement नहीं हुआ है, proposal में होगा. But the new name is, I think, Nusantara. Confirm, if I am recalling it correct, the new capital would be Nusantara, because Jakarta पूरा डूब रहा है almost, है ना, global warming की वजह से. So they are planning to shift. I think that name is Nusantara. Please confirm. Okay. So Israel Ministry of Tourism has launched digital e-visa system for Indian travelers. So in this thing, what will happen is it will simplify. वेरी गुड, नुसंतारा ये, राइट. ओके, ठीक है. तो ये नाम आप लोग ध्यान रखना, एग्जाम में पूछ सकते हैं, बिकॉज इंडोनेशिया इज अगेन इन न्यूज एंड कैपिटल, न्यू कैपिटल इज प्रपोज. सो नुसंतारा, रिमेंबर, नुसंतारा. ओके. इजराइल मिनिस्ट्री ने ई वीजा सिस्टम चालू किया इंडियन ट्रेवलर्स के लिए. नथिंग एल्स, इट विल बी ईजिंग आउट द प्रोसेस, सिंप्लीफाई हो जाएगी वीजा की प्रोसेस, ऑनलाइन सब कुछ हो जाएगा. दिस इज द थिंग. इजराइल न्यूज में है, तो इजराइल की कैपिटल यू ऑल नो दैट it is Jerusalem, okay, and the currency is new shekel. Currency is new shekel. Then a significant piece of the aviation history is set to be displayed at the Frontiers of Flight Museum in Dallas. So basically Neil Armstrong, who was Neil Armstrong? Neil Armstrong was the first person to land on moon, right? Neil Armstrong family has donated a fragment of the original Wright Flyer fabric, which was flown at Kitty Hawk, later carried by Armstrong during the Apollo 11 mission. See, you look at this aircraft. This aircraft was the first one to operate, right? In civil aviation, if you see, and it was developed by Wright brothers. Wright brothers. राइट ब्रदर्स ने इसको डेवलप किया था. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट. जो फैब्रिक इसमें यूज किया था, लाइक दिस पैनल है ना, द फैब्रिक विच वाज यूज्ड, नील आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग कैरीड पार्ट ऑफ इट इन द अपोलो 1 मिशन. नाउ दिस इज बीइंग डोनेटेड बाय द नील आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग्स फैमिली, सो इट विल बी डिस्प्लेड इन अ म्यूजियम. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज इन न्यूज. नथिंग एल्स इज इंपॉर्टेंट हियर. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग. देन टॉकिंग अबाउट MOUs and mergers, billionaire Gautam Adani's group through Adani Petrochemicals Limited has formed a joint venture with Thailand's Indorama Resources Limited. So they have created a joint venture with Thailand's Indorama Resources Limited to enter in petrochemical sector. And they now will be establishing a refinery and several petrochemical facilities as well. Initially, the projects will be there in Gujarat. So now Adani would be entering into petrochemical sector as well, right? This joint venture is to expand petrochemical potential. Next, India's antitrust regulator, the CCI, Competition Commission of India, has approved Tata Electronics proposal to acquire majority stake in Pagatron Technology. Pagatron India is a subsidiary of Taiwan-based corporation, Pagatron Corporation. Uska stake will be acquired by Tata Electronics. This has been approved by CCI. Then is Salam Kisan. Salam Kisan, a leading agri-tech platform, it has signed an MOU with the IIT Ropar to advance agri-tech innovation through use of cutting-edge technologies. So they have signed MOUs to promote technology, to promote agri-tech innovation. And this was announced at the World Agri-Tech Innovation Summit 2024 in Dubai. So this can be important. Remember, where was this World Agri-Tech Summit held? In 2024. It was held in Dubai. They will try to leverage on technologies like AI, etc., to expand the agriculture growth trajectory. Next news is your National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC. It has partnered with Access My India, okay, to strategically map skill demand and supply across India. So basically National Skill Development Corporation ने partnership की है Access My India के साथ. They want to actually map, they want to quantify how much is the skill demand and supply. What are the mismatches in terms of skill demand which are there and supply, the services which we are providing for upskilling of the youth, right? With this, they will be trying to deal with the gaps which are there. Then Suzuki Motor Corp has decided to acquire 26% stake in NDDB Midra Limited, which is a biogas venture of National Dairy Development Board, NDDB. Now, why this thing is, this is basically to use compressed biogas for longevity and performance of vehicles, okay? And with this, Suzuki investment is going to gradually increase their equity in the company to 49%. Suzuki इसमें अपना stake 49% तक gradually बढ़ाएगा, and this particularly NDDB Midra Limited एक joint venture है, biogas venture है, between whom? It is of the National Dairy Development Board. It was basically established to use the compressed biogas for vehicles, ताकि उनकी performance improve की जा सके and it would be better fuel, cleaner fuel. Now, next thing is Coal India Limited and IREL Limited, they have signed MOU to collaborate on the development of critical minerals. Critical minerals again in news, like your lithium, cobalt, right? Lot of critical minerals are there. Rare earth minerals, for example, rare earth minerals. Generally, abhi tak, if you see at present, China is dominating the rare earth minerals particularly, right? So China is a dominant player in the critical minerals, rare earth minerals category. It is exporting them. We want to explore these rare earth minerals or critical minerals. Why? These are the minerals, they are used in the future technologies. All these industries which are the future industry, like you have automobile, like you have semiconductor, like electric vehicles, pharmaceuticals, right? So they utilize these critical minerals. These are not available, abundantly. They are available scarcely, but they have abundant applications. So remember, critical minerals are very, very important. And at present, China is the dominant player, major exporter of the critical minerals. Moving on to science tag. So you have MacaFe has launched its AI-powered MacaFe deep fake detector services in India. Deep fake detector services India में इन्होंने launch की है. Who has launched this? MacaFe, where it will be utilizing on-device AI processing to quickly identify altered audios and videos. What is deep fake? See, with the advancement of AI and all, AI and ML, etc., lot of deep fake technologies are emerging, right? What is deep fake? Jisme you are say altering a particular video is there. It was originally something else. You have altered it to something else, and it would not be, we as the audience will not be able to identify the alteration, right? So these fake technologies, fake application of these things are happening. This is deep fake. A lot of frauds are happening. And to identify such deep fakes, this has been launched. It will detect such alteration, any audio being altered in a video, etc. Right? It will help in preserving individual privacy, right? And reduce the misuse of such technology. Then next we have is the IIT Madras has launched Asia's largest shallow wave basin research facility. This can be important to remember who has launched it and where it has been launched. IIT Madras has launched India's first largest, not India's first largest, Asia's largest, entire Asian continent, Asia's largest shallow wave basin research facility at Discovery Satellite Campus in Thayyur, which is 36 km from IIT Madras. So basically Tamil Nadu only it has been established. अब ये shallow wave basin research facility है, right? So it will be working, it will be providing you R&D inputs on the problem associated with ports, waterways, coastal engineering, shallow water, not the deep oceanic water. Shallow water it would be working towards. Okay. And remember, this facility has been established through National Technology Center for Ports, Waterways and Coasts. Who has developed this facility? This facility has been developed or established through National Technology Center for Ports, Waterways and Coasts under Ministry of Shipping. रैंकिंग्स की अगर हम बात करें, सो क्लाउडजेक्स थ्रेड लैंडस्केप रिपोर्ट 2024, it says India is second most targeted nation globally for cyber attacks. Remember, India is second most targeted nation globally for cyber attacks. So who is the first one? First one is USA. सबसे ज़्यादा cyber attacks कहाँ हो रहे हैं? US में. After that, India is there. And who is the third one? Third one is Israel. So top three positions, remember, in terms of vulnerability to cyber attacks. First is US, second is India, and third is Israel. Which are the top sectors? Of course, banking and finance. Banking and finance is the sector which is attracting most of these cyber attacks. Banking and finance is the most targeted one. And the top attack groups are Lockbit, Killsec, and Ransom Hub. These are the groups identified. This was the index. Remember, India's ranked second. Then top appointments. Arunish Chawla appointed as DIPM Secretary. Badri Narayan, CEO of Samonati. Then you have Achint Setia, Snapdeal CEO. Then Emra Ozer, CFO of Mercedes-Benz. Baldev Prakash, Chief Risk Officer of SEBI. This can be, of SBI. This can be important for the SBI JA aspirants. Remember this name, Baldev Prakash. Baldev Prakash appointed as Chief Risk Officer in SBI. Then Sister Simona Brambilla, first woman to head a major Vatican office appointed by Pope Francis. Sanjeev Ranjan, Secretary General at the Indian Ocean Rim Association. Indian Ocean Rim Association is an important association, you know. Indian Ocean Rim Association is working towards exploring minerals in the Indian Ocean. Okay. New minerals, etc. Exploration activities in the Indian Ocean. So, IORA also remains in news. Remember Sanjeev Ranjan, Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association. And for all the SBI JA aspirants, remember Baldev Prakash, Chief Risk Officer. Obituaries में we have two names here. First is Dr. John Kurian, renowned educationist. He has also contributed to National Curriculum Framework, Right to Education Act. Okay. Then you have Jean-Marie Le Pen, a French politician, is there in the obituaries list. Then nothing else for 8th of January. This was it for 8th of January CA. Now it's time for the top 5 MCQs. Let's see the short series. I hope you will be answering all these questions. First question. Recently, which country has joined the BRICS grouping as which number of the full-time member? Quickly. Anyone? Which country has joined BRICS as which number of full-time member? Of course, Indonesia, but then two options you have for Indonesia here, 11th or 12th, 11th member, right? So Indonesia has joined BRICS in 2025 as 11th member, right? E would be the correct option here. Indonesia as 11th member. Next question is, recently, okay, so 90th year of services of RBI recently is in news. Regarding that, consider the following statements and you have to select the incorrect one. You have to read these statements and tell me the incorrect ones. Read these statements and tell me the incorrect one. Yes? The answer here would be option B, right? Very good. B would be the answer here. Why? Because in this RB at the rate 90, All India Public Sector Badminton Tournament, men's team championship was not won by All India Limited, Oil India Limited. It was won by RBI itself, right? So RBI ne hi jeeti thi. That's why second one is the incorrect one. All other statements are correct. Next question. SEBI has recently eased out norms regarding the settlement of client funds for the inactive accounts, according to which now funds in such accounts, they will be settled during which running account settlement cycle? Quarterly cycle, monthly cycle, bi-monthly, annual, or none of the above? Everyone, tell me the answer here. What will be the new settlement cycle for inactive funds in the trading account as per the latest guidelines by SEBI? Monthly? Very good. Monthly, right? In a monthly settlement cycle, it would be there. Next question. Empower Her Sapno Ki Udaan, an initiative which aims to empower women entrepreneurship, has been recently in news. It has been launched under the aegis of Ministry of Women and Child Development, Niti AOG, National Skill Development Council, UN Women, none of the above. Tell me the correct option here. Who has launched Empower Her Biz Sapno Ki Udaan? This has been launched by, very good, Niti AOG. Niti AOG, and under Niti AOG specifically it has been launched by Women Entrepreneurship Platform of Niti AOG. Remember, WEP of Niti AOG. And this WEP was incubated in Niti AOG in which year? 2018. Remember these things, right? Last question of the short series. Consider the following statements regarding CloudSec's Threat Landscape Report 2024 and select the incorrect statement. Tell me the incorrect statement here. According to this report, which has ranked the countries in terms of vulnerability to cyber attacks. The correct option here would be option A, right? Yes, because India became not the third. India became second most targeted country in terms of cyber attacks. India's rank is second. First is US, second is India, and third is Israel, right? So now it's time for the learning exercise for today. This is the question I'm giving you. This is your homework question, and you will be giving me answers in the comment section, right? So the question is, which of the following countries have joined BRICS in 2024? Remember, read the question carefully. This is not talking about 2025 member. It is talking which of these following countries has joined BRICS as a full-time member in 2024. This is very important question, right? You will be giving me the answer in the comment section, everyone. And the last question in the last class, which I gave you, in the last class, the homework question which I gave you, these were the initial comments. So I have taken a screenshot. The question was regarding, the theme of the Government of India's calendar launched, which was Jan Bhagidari se Jan Kalyan. I appreciate your answers. All of you have commented the correct answers. Yes, in 13 languages it can be accessed, right? It was developed by CBC, Central Bureau of Communication, and the theme was Jan Bhagidari se Jan Kalyan. So Karthik has given the answer. Then this username @Android. Then Prerna has also provided. Other students, you have also provided the answers correctly in the comment section. I appreciate all of you. Some of the names are not here. Some of these screenshots are here, right? So these were the initial answers. So now onwards, I will be telling you all those who have provided the correct answer in the comment section to the homework question. So I hope you all will be there in the list next time, right? Very well done. You all have given out the right answers. That is quite impressive. And a lot of students are there, apart from the screenshots which you are seeing here. I appreciate them as well, right? So that is it for today. Give me the answer to the holiday question, everyone. Sorry, the homework question, not the holiday question. It's not holiday, it is homework. And remember, BRICS, anything regarding BRICS would be important. And remember Nusantara as the proposed capital for Indonesia. And the reason I have told you, Jakarta is drowning. So this can be important. BRICS की capital, BRICS का headquarter, not capital, headquarters, BRICS के members, total number of members, recent joining, all those who have joined in 24, 25. This is very important, right? With this note, I will see you all in the next session. Till then, have a great day. Thank you so much.